Hi, we're looking to answer one very interesting question. What is a key success driver for each section in CAT? What is very important for verbal? What is important for DALR? What is important for quant? This has changed a lot over time. So I'm going to go, especially the last 3-4 exams, telling us a pattern. Right? For VARC, the holy grail is accuracy. And so last time around our last few CATs, almost everyone has attempted upwards of 26-27 questions out of 34. You can attempt that many because the reading comprehension passages are simple. The choices are dicey, but the passages are simple. The TITA questions, you anyway knock it in. So leaving out TITA, you probably leave 1 or 2 passages, but otherwise you can attempt pretty much everything else. And TITA, you can attempt everything. So the difference between a 75th percentile and 99th percentile is not the number of questions attempted. It's very much only accuracy, especially in reading comprehension. So spend an inordinate amount of time in picking up the skill to distinguish between choices B and C, between A and C, between B and D. Narrowing it down to 2 choices is fine, but then drilling it down and finding what is right, that is tough, that has become tougher. So work on that. What you don't need to work on: vocabulary, reading speed. When the passages are short and nice, short and sweet, and they're not tough, they're not obscure topics from vague territories and subjects. They're not. There's regular passages with simple words. They've made the question idea tougher, the choices closer. That's what they focus on. So spend a lot of time on building that accuracy. Don't worry about reading speed, don't worry about vocabulary. Right? Next up, DALR. Right? DALR has become enormously about rigor, about temperament, about staying there and imagining multiple scenarios, about drafting 4 scenarios and eliminating 3 of them. The difference in DALR is now not between the guy attempting 26 questions and 30 questions, between the guy attempting 8 and 12. And so if you get 2 sets completely right, you're looking at 90th percentile. You get 3 sets completely right, you're looking at way more than 95 percentile. 4 sets completely right, it is 99 point, high 99s. When 16 questions completely right, it's 99.7, 99.8. So this is not about doing any one thing quicker. It's about wrapping your head around a tough set of DI. So methodically drilling through and worrying about every detail and thinking about different caveats, catches, and rigorously doing it. It's also a test of temperament because you can't take a decision to take or leave a set in half a minute, 1 minute. You'll have to spend those 3-4 minutes to even evaluate whether it is easy or tough, and then leave and go to the next one if this turns out to be too tough. So temperament plays a role, but it's about rigor, knowing that you can cover all the bases, knowing that you've evaluated all 6 possible scenarios. That is important. So keep that in mind. Don't panic and flip from one question to another rapidly. Don't get conditioned to solving DALR in 7 minutes, 8 minutes, because out there it might take 14 minutes. But if you take 14 minutes to crack a puzzle and get all 4 questions right, that is gold. You take 20 minutes and get all 4 right, that's still value. And so you got to get used to the idea of hanging in there and trying to crack a tough nut. That has become very important. Finally, quant. In quant, there are a lot of TITA questions, but the questions are now coming from simpler topics with simpler ideas. So quant is now again become a little bit about speed, not computation speed, not solver speed, but the speed at which you crack the funda. You read the question and say, okay, this is a simple question with pipes and systems. I need to think about 3 different rates. I'm done. You look at a question in number systems and go, I'm plugging in the number of factors for a number, that formula. So you need to crack an idea and then rapidly do it. So quant has come to be about speed because the questions are simpler. There's no rocket science to probably 26 or 27 of the 34 questions. They're very regular questions, which you might have seen in multiple platforms. There's nothing a genius level or tough level. It's very regular. And so for verbal, it's accuracy. For DALR, it is a rigor. For quant, it is speed. That's what you're looking to focus on building. So anchor your preparation strategy around that. Don't worry about reading speed, vocabulary. Don't worry about doing computations quickly for DALR. Don't worry about obscenely tough questions for quant. These are the easy traps to fall into. Avoid those. Fine. Best wishes for CAT.